Hi YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on Sunday, October 27th here about 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time. Now I'd opened the door so you get a better look at this, but that'd scare him off. We've got this squirrel lying out there on the railing just sunning himself. I love the way he lets his rear legs dangle over the side. Sometimes he has all four legs over the side, but today it's just the rear two. It's neat. Squirrels are a lot of fun. I think I may have told you the squirrel story. Yes, I did. I told you the Thanksgiving squirrel story when I was pretending to be a squirrel, and my mother squared that away by just setting me outside and telling me that I had to be a squirrel, and if I wanted to be a squirrel I had to just go outside and live with them. Then you can scroll back through my stuff and find that. But I still like squirrels. I still get a kick out of them. Well, I was going to take y'all out on the back deck, but then I couldn't find my hat, and I really don't like being outside without my hat on, although I do take it off sometimes for videos. I probably left it in the truck, so ostensibly I'm going down to the truck here and take a look for my hat. But meanwhile, I'll tell you about church today. Now, as I've mentioned, I was going to read today, and I read, and that went very well. God granted me the ability to do a good job for Him and the people. As I say, when people thank me for reading, I say that's not really me up there when I'm doing that. So my fears about a lot of this Halloween costume nonsense were somewhat unfounded. In practice, there weren't that many kids that got all decked up in this, and I can't say there were any particularly objectionable ones. The rector's wife removed the mask that the son was attempting to keep putting back on. She finally said, "Look, I don't want you covering your face in church." Good for her. And there was one fellow. Well, I'll give you more details about him anon, but not anon today. Maybe later. He's about 6 or 7, and this kid's got an incredible mind. Really incredible mind. He plays the piano. He does algebra. He reads, on basically a college level. He taught himself to read when he was about 2. This kid's exceptional. Now, he has some behavior problems, but I think the parents are keeping him pretty much straightened out. They've got a handful there. Well, good. I mean, years from now, they're going to be glad that happened to them, maybe, or maybe not. My mother wasn't, said he arrogantly. Anyway, this kid comes in. He's got some sort of box on his head. I mean, like a fairly substantial, like 18 by 12 inch by 12 inch cardboard box on his head. And it's been decorated up with construction paper, and it's got eye holes. I guess his folks didn't mind him covering his face in church. Occasionally he'd try to use it as a drum, which, but not once or twice. So that's good going for him in this general scheme of things. Meanwhile, our senior warden, who is, well, a woman, wardress, she was wearing her big pointed green witch hat, which she's worn now on the last 2 or 3 years. She was by no means not the only one dressed as a witch there. It's sad. Well, but it's you know, but contrary, you know, pace my fears about all this, or disgust and distaste with all this, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. It has been much bad in years past, much more worse in years past. So they're into that little tale. Fella came up to me and confided that, well, it's not confided, that's not the right word. We'd been praying for his first cousin, who had basically raised him like a mother. She was considerably older than he, and when his folks died, and this woman just died here a month ago after, well, several years of dealing with cancer, and the last 6 months have not been pleasant. But her 3 grown children were there with her, and well, all 3 of them now live in Northeast Ohio. One had lived in Northeast Ohio continually, and the other 2 moved back, forsaking very good jobs. One guy worked for Citibank in New York City, and they quit their jobs. They found new jobs in Northeast Ohio and moved back to be with their mother while she died. Wow. You know, you just never know what's going on with people. You just never know. I mean, there's all sorts of little grim stories and stories of love and devotion out there you have no idea about. So that was the situation for today. Now let's see if I can find my hat. We'll go into the pole barn here. Past my little diesel fuel cache here. Let's see here. Make sure there's no creatures underneath this handle. Aha! Look! Dun da da da! The hat. Well, now I feel complete and whole again. Mission accomplished, YouTubers. Bye-bye now.